Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy. If you are new, welcome, and I am glad you are here for my June classic happy planner setup. I would like to tell you right away that I have all these printables, which I just made a video on the details of them and what I plan on using them for. So if you want to see that video, I will link it below, as well as have it in one of my playlists, although I can't think of what that would be right now because I just filmed it. But if you would like to see any videos in the future too, because like in that video I talked about how I don't know which video is going up first. So hit the notification bell next to the subscription button, and it will notify you if I have not posted this and when I post it. But I did go over this and how I plan on using them. So basically I'm going to start this video off with happy planner punching them, and we will get into setting up my June planner. So thanks for being here. Like the video if you like these kind of videos, and subscribe for more, and let's get to it. So now that I'm done punching all of my DIY printables, I'm just going to go through and honestly throw out some of the things that just, have kind of been sitting in front of my planner, my to-do lists that I sometimes just don't want to let go of at the end of the week. This little mini here, I liked having it for a while, but, I just need a little change now. And yeah, I'm just going to go through and plug some stuff in. I'm going to end up going over all of it at the end. You just kind of get to see how I'm setting it up here. And I figured I would kind of come in on here and just talk with you guys. And I'm so curious, what is the order of your guys' planner? Do you have an order? Do you have let me know what you like specifically in the beginning and all that. I mean, of course it always gives me ideas, and I'm curious what other people do, but I feel like it'd be like a good little sharing time for that in the comments below. And I also just want to say as well, if you don't do Instagram or all of that, then that's totally fine. But because I'm not a big enough channel to be able to on YouTube like interact very much with you guys, I mean, I can interact through the comments, but I can't until I have so many subscribers. I can't like do short stories or anything yet, or polls. And maybe I'm wrong in that. So let me know if you know that, if I'm wrong with that or not. But it just seems like it's a little harder to interact with you guys on YouTube until I have more of a following. So I would love it if you could come over to my Instagram at Mandy_Chavez Chapters. And I would love to do more like polls with you guys, just seeing some things that you're interested in, getting to know you guys a little bit more as well, and just getting some feedback on some stuff, maybe even before posting a video, or getting ideas on what you guys are interested in. That's honestly as the best part is just the interaction and the community that I'm building here. And I just love like having this little planner world here for us. But I also, I shouldn't just say planner. It's like mom life stuff over there too. But I just love the fact that we can like interact more. And until I can become a little bit bigger on here, there's just some limitations. So let's kind of stop rambling about that, I guess. But going back to, I'm just curious, like on the basics, do you like having like, lists and to do things in the front of your planner? Like, what do you like to open up? straight to. This page I use all the time on a daily basis, but obviously I can't have everything in the front of my planner, so I have to choose my order wisely. And I was just curious what you guys have your planner, what order you guys have it in. So let me know in the comments below. Maybe we can do a little chit chat there. And again, like, you know, I'm going to try to post more on Instagram about my YouTube. Sometimes I just don't think that my Instagram followers are there for YouTube and vice versa, but I'm going to try to do a little bit more so that way I can get more feedback from you guys. So I just want to say thank you for following me here and on Instagram, wherever. I'm just really grateful for you guys, and I'm glad that you guys are willing to watch and see what I like to share here, because it truly is a hobby that makes me happy. And it honestly improves my life, so why not, right? So I'm at the tail end of the setup here, you know, kind of switching over from one month to another. And I wanted to mention that, yes, I am flipping back and forth a lot because I always have to analyze the order, as mentioned before. What I'm curious of your order and your planner. But I have my DIY printables where I'm just basically trying to figure out where I want to put the extras, because I don't necessarily want them out of my sight yet, because out of sight, out of mind for me. And but I also am always trying to figure out like how to not have too much going on in here, you know, too bulky of a planner and so forth. So I will explain it later, but yes, I'm redating some pages that I had thought I was going to be using last week, but you know, life happens. So other than that, I'm just kind of finalizing some things here, and in just a moment I will take you through a few minutes of explaining what I had done and the process. Okay, you guys, so you just kind of saw what I do to set up my planner kind of flow right now. I'm going to show you, that is the pile that I made. So this, I just have to switch out. I grabbed like a different planner, like monthly half from a different planner. And I basically I had a different plan for this, and I just didn't care for what I did there. So I need to go to a planner that I actually have downstairs to get this other piece. So that's kind of sitting out as a reminder for me. This pile here, those are all the things that I had to take out, and I have to put in my older planner, which part of it will go in something, you know, some like a planner I have kind of building from, I like to separate some of the things. So I don't keep everything all together. I mean, I would have a planner this big. I try to keep something separate, like my wellness and stuff. So I have to kind of go through that. This I have to the side here because it is something you saw me take a little bit from. I like to keep extra of my printables in here, or anything that I might be using in my planner that I just haven't found a purpose for just yet. I like to put in there, and then I always kind of go through my goals and affirmations to see if I want to put those back in my planner. Anything that I have DIY'd myself that I might want to use, stuff like that. It's just in here, so I don't have to have it in my actual like usable planner for the month, which you did see me put some extras in there, and I might have to put them in here. I just couldn't decide. So I will show you that right now. I like to have half sheets. Like, I would like to have a lot more than this, but I don't want my planner too bulky. So there's my half sheets, at least ready for the first week or two. And in my pouch, which I put on here, I have sticky notes. I have been taking just homeschool notes, so I like to keep that in here at the front. I like to have my son's home care plan here, and this coming week is we're gonna try sticky notes, so those are still hanging out in here. I still love this dashboard tab here. And then here's my today. So you saw me have to redate some things. That's because I had prepped things for this last week, and I just had a week where I had to let go of some things. I had to let go of some planning. This was the first week that I didn't have someone helping me out. It was my last week of work, Cam's last week of school, and those are the times when I feel like you do need your planner the most, maybe. But I honestly just had to just focus on some other things and get through the basics. So I restarted. I didn't want to waste my paper, so I restarted this home care schedule for myself. And I mean, I'm filming this during this week, so I've actually been almost like, but I want to do that, but I don't want to just use the paper for half of a week. So anyways, I'm sure you'll understand. So here's my home care schedule, and then just like other things that we have going on I can put in there. Here is my wellness schedule, and I do have a wellness section. Yes, I am keeping track of things in my wellness section as well. I'm just keeping track of an overall monthly here, and then I'm keeping track of my weekly here. It has been a nice change of pace and everything to just have everything that I need to go to in one section, which is why I call it today on this tab. So that's what that's for. If you saw me describe what my printables were, this is my YouTube section. That's what I will be using for that. And then I could not decide if I wanted one or a couple of these, but this is kind of something I like to just use for brain dumping. I like to focus on 3 sections and then have, you know, like what's going on or what I need to get done. So that'll most likely be like going in and out of my planner. But then I also made one of these for my goals, and then I made a currently one, and then I have other types of like goal and currently here. So I will not be using all of these this week, this first week of June, but I have them here. And then any extras I will either that I find that I'm not needing, I'll either pull out and put in my little like extra planners, extra printables there, or I will put them in a further section back. So now we are getting into my social section. This was from last week and me just trying to figure out how I want to use it, and I really like the goal idea here, so I kept that in there. And then here's my DIY monthly for my social this coming month. So yeah, so far I think I'll use it. I do miss some of the happy planner ones, but I love making my own too. I'm so torn, you guys. And then I have a habit tracker here. In the future, I may not print the habit tracker on the other side of this. We'll see. I was thinking I would maybe print this on the other side, but I also really do just like having, no, it's not like super great quality, but I really do just like having like basic paper. There's something about feeling like I'm wasting the paper if I use it for like only a day or two and find that it doesn't work for me. So until I find that this is a process I want to keep going with, I'm going to use my thinner, you know, regular printing paper. But it would be a nice idea, which I can do, is to have it overall looking like this. This was my idea with this. So that way when I flip over my monthly, I have my overall videos for June all right here. And that's kind of what I might do. If I do that, I will reprint this, because again, I'm not like wasting my thicker paper. This is printed on thicker paper. And then I would just, you know, double side tape that. But for now, this is fine for me. I'm happy with it. I like having a second tab in my social because I like having all of my post-it note ideas there. And then this section is basically just going to be extra papers and honestly extra of like other kind of papers too, but I have it being social at first because it's right after my social. I love this little list here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use that since I have this list right here, and I am just I like to see it all kind of person. This, I love the idea of it, but when I just see a whole bunch of stuff written here and it's not in any kind of order or anything, I don't know, I don't end up using it. So, but I do love it. So we'll see. And then yeah, just extra papers. And then here I combined these two because I love this page. And I like to hold on to it, but I don't really care to see like the last week of the previous month. I mean, unless I need to look back for any reason. So that's why I'm going to keep those together. And if I like it that way, I either will, you know, double-sided tape it or glue this on. We'll see. I also like to end up putting these back in my my planner so I can look back at memories and stuff like that. All right, I just love these. I love this. This is so cute. So here's the monthly. I have a video for setting this up. I hope you've watched it. And then I have what's going, you know, how this is my pre-plan and reflection section, I'm going to call it. I like to pre-plan, look over the week here. Sometimes I will visit this throughout the week, but not every day. And I'm still kind of finding how exactly I like to use the sections, but I just love the squad goal stuff. So, and it's like kind of seasonal, which squad goals and seasonal, I love that. I love the graphics and everything, but there's never enough room for me to write here. That's kind of why I made that other currently section, but it just makes me feel good to like turn to these pages and look at them. So I think I need to move this to my wellness section because I'm pretty much keeping track of my weight there. But what I usually do is do it by month. So I'm going to move that. This is my summer bucket list. I'm, you know, constantly adding to it. And then we are into my wellness section. I have a video on creating this, so check that out if you haven't yet. And I'm going to be creating my goals on this page. And then I'm going to try to have my week be a double-sided page. I'm just going to make this a Monday through Thursday and a Friday through Sunday here. And then I think I'm going to put my annual here. So that way, if I like this, I will continue using it and I will just pull from my extras here. If I don't like it, I will just use the one that I have as my daily. Sometimes you got to double track if you're trying new things. I will just use this one and have it in my daily, but when I'm done with it for the week, I can put it back here for tracking purposes, or you know, just have this section here. And again, like, I don't have to visit it every single day, although I do visit this every day. It's kind of become a nice habit. And that's what I'm going to do. So now we're into my, this is kind of a resource section, but I still have it in front of this divider here because it is my home care section. It's got all my extra home care, Fly Lady inspired printables here. I just have to get that one page that you're not going to see in this video, sorry, but it really is just adding a page there. And that is what that is. I have weekly plan and prep that I'm kind of like adding to, and maybe I'll make something prettier in the future. And some zone sections here. So the rest of this is just my resource section. I don't really go through that to set up my planner, except like when I want to go through and throw anything out, but I don't need to yet. So every section, wellness, social, all that, has a resource section. So I hope you enjoyed watching me and just like watching me struggle with some of my thoughts here, but I hope you enjoyed setting up my June planner with me. Of course, things are going to change. You guys are probably going to see that throughout the month. I hope that you will consider joining me for more this month. June is very exciting because we're on summer, and I honestly plan even more because this is like my me time here. So I hope you consider joining me for some more me time in the future. And if you do, I would hope that you would subscribe and hit the notification bell. And join me on Instagram too. I'm at Mandy_Chavez Chapters. I do a lot of like posting of planning stuff, but other stuff too. And just kind of getting to know each other through that platform is fun too. So join me for the next one, you guys. Have an awesome beginning of the month for you. And I will see you very, very soon for some more videos. Bye.